Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back, and if this is your first time, thanks for coming and watching. Today's tutorial, I'll be making a weaved V-split lemon tumbler. I bought this vinyl last year when I was at TumblerCon from Peachy Glitters from their booth, and I've been holding on to it since then, trying to figure out the perfect thing to make for it. So it's sat all fall, winter, and now that spring is here, I was determined to use it. I'm applying it to a 24-ounce plump from the Steel Magnolia. The squeegee tool that I'm using I got from the Bowen Company, and it has become a lifesaver with applying vinyl wraps to tumblers. The vinyl cutter that I'm using I got from Dubai Treasures on Etsy. I will go ahead and link that in the description below. I decided to do a glitter butt with this tumbler. It's the beauty of using the Steel Magnolia's plumps. So I'm taping it off so that I can spray paint it with the color Emoji from Colorshot. It's a beautiful yellow, and I'm going to be incorporating yellows and pinks with this tumbler. I didn't record it, but I did put 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy over the vinyl so that I didn't mess it up when I was doing this next step. The weaved V-split template from Etsy from Dandy Fun Designs, and I'll link them in the description below. The template is made for a 20-ounce skinny, but I did take the measurements of the 24-ounce plump and they're just a little bit off, so I changed it in my Cricut so that it would fit around this tumbler. The hardest part of making this tumbler was right here as I was trying to get it lined up. I think I had to reprint it out 4 times before I actually got it to fit and stay exactly where it was supposed to be. There's a lot of ways that you can work with these templates. Some people use cat scratch tape. I decided that I wanted to use the stencil vinyl and just protect the vinyl that I had already epoxied. And as you can see, I'm pulling off what I'm going to be painting for this first section. And I'm sure there's easier ways to do it, but this is just what clicked to me, and that's what I went with. It's been really cold here the past couple of days, so I decided instead of going out and spray painting it that I would just paint it. So I took some acrylic paint, put a coating on it, let that dry, went in with a second coat, let that dry, and then I went on and started working with the glitter. I wanted to go with a light pink glitter for this portion of it. The yellow and the pink, I went with a little bit lighter of a tone to match the vinyl. So I decided to use all Peachy Olive glitters since it was a peachy vinyl. So for this pink mix, I mixed Pearl, Swak, Bubbly Toes, all pink, and Bifrost to come up with this really pretty mix. I mixed a light pink acrylic paint with the Crystallic glitter glue for the application. I needed to use the Crystallic glitter glue because it dries a little bit slower, and this took a little bit of time, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't dry on me too fast. Going in with the second V-split striping, and this is all going to be a really pretty light yellow. Did have to put 3 coats of the yellow acrylic paint on here. Here I'm going with like a brighter yellow, and then I went in with a little bit darker golden yellow so I could really get some good coverage. And then I went back in with this brighter yellow again because this matched the glitter. The yellow glitters are also from Peachy Olive Glitters, and it was a mix of St. Jude and Duckling to get this color. Ahead and I let that dry for about 2 to 3 hours, and then I went back in with another coat of the Adhesive Apothecaries glitter glue. This dries in only 30 minutes, and I would make it so that I can get to that next step a little bit faster. With this design, I wanted to make sure that I really sealed in the glitters. I didn't want them to be moving all around once I start applying the epoxy to it. It's a good idea to take the stencil vinyl off as soon as you apply that glitter glue so that it doesn't get all sticky and become a little bit more challenging to take off the tumbler once all the glue is dried. This is my favorite part of the project, taking off that stencil vinyl so that you can see what the design is going to look like without all the blue on it. Here I'm going and adding 20 mLs of my facet epoxy. I'm using the KS Resins UV Liquidy Split. I'm going to let that spin for 3 hours, and then I'm going to go in with another 10 mLs of the facet epoxy and have that also spin for 3 hours and get it ready for the SVG I'm going to be applying. The seam split right through the middle of the one side of the design. I went ahead and made this SVG, and then I made an offset for it. I thought that it was just a really cute phrasing to go with the vinyl, and so I printed that out on my Cricut and went ahead and applied it. I'll go ahead and apply another 10 mLs of my facet epoxy and let that spin for 3 hours. I decided this tumbler needed a cute little glitter butt on it because I just love the yellow and the pink together. So I'm going to take my acrylic paints and just paint some yellow around that outer rim. And then I'm going to go in with some light pink to go to the center and make sure that I get the glitters all ready for it. I'm using CCDIY's UV resin. I really like this particular resin. It's just worked the best for me. So I'm going to mix it with my yellow glitters and get it around that outer rim. Use a lighter to go ahead and pop any bubbles, and then I'm going to put it under my UV lamp for a minute, and that will dry it enough. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing the pink. For the pink glitter, same process, my UV resin, I'm going to put the pink in there. I'll put a little bit more UV resin in to make sure I have enough to cover the entire pink portion of the butt, and I'll put that under my lamp too. I did get some cute name tags from Mitzi's Doodles. I'll go ahead and link them in the description below. So I'm going to put my my logo on the bottom of this tumbler. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'm super excited about it. And I'm going to use just a little dollop of the UV resin on there, and then I'll set my little tag on there, and then I'll put it under for a minute so that it will dry it. And then I'm going to go in with the UV resin around the outer rim. Make sure that I fill in all the spaces, and then I'll pop those bubbles, put it in the UV lamp for a minute, and pull it back out. And then I'm going to fill the center. I want to make sure that my little tag is flat so that you don't feel it at all. And I'm going to put that under the lamp for 2 minutes. I then took my tumbler and I sanded it all down. I used a 220 grit sandpaper, and I wanted to make sure that I got it so that it was smooth everywhere. And now I'm going in with my last set of epoxy. It's 10 mLs of Flint Sisters epoxy. Of course, you know I love it. It's going to give the best shine. I even put some on the bottom, and I'm going to let that go for 8 to 10 hours and put it on the drying rack. And here is the final product. I am so glad that I waited to use this vinyl for this design. I think it's unique. I know that everybody's starting to use this particular template, and I just love it. And I hope you love it too. So much for watching this tutorial. If you haven't done it yet, hit that like and subscribe button. I post videos every Tuesday, so I will see you all next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.